Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back for another Read Aloud. Today I come with another Robert Munsch book. This is Andrew's Loose Tooth. Now, looking at Andrew, the little boy, and I assume this is maybe the dentist. Look, he has a rope in his hand and it is attached to Andrew's tooth. Would your dentist do that to you? Many of you have probably already lost at least one tooth, if not several. Maybe some of you watching haven't lost any teeth yet, and you might be a little nervous. But there's nothing to be nervous about because when you're a kid, you're supposed to lose your baby teeth. So this is all about Andrew's Loose Tooth by Robert Munsch. Illustrator is Michael Marchenko. Here we go. Let's see what happens to Andrew. When Andrew came downstairs, there were 3 big red apples in the middle of the table. And even though he had a loose tooth, he decided to eat an apple. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much. I can't even eat my apple." Now, if you've ever had a loose tooth and you've tried to eat something hard like an apple, you know it can be a little painful. Andrew's mother opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, she said, "it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." She took hold of the tooth with both hands and pulled as hard as she could. But the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," she said, "I just can't get that tooth out. Why don't you try another apple? That might make your tooth come out." Now, if you are pulling this hard and your tooth is not coming out, do you think it's ready? So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much. I can't even eat my apple." So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, he said, "it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." Look, he scared his dad and his sister. He's like, "Yow!" He got a big pair of pliers and took hold of Andrew's loose tooth. Then he put his foot on Andrew's nose and pulled as hard as he could, but the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," he said, "this tooth is stuck. Why don't you try another apple? That will make your tooth come out." Again, if you use pliers and it will not come out, is your tooth ready? Probably not. So, Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, and took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much. I can't even eat my apple." So they called the dentist. Look at that loose tooth right there. Do you see it hanging lower than the rest? So Mom has used 2 hands to pull. Dad has used pliers to pull, and it will not come out. 3 apples later, they are finally calling the dentist. Now this is one cool-looking dentist. Look at that car. Whoa, it has a giant tooth on top, braces across the grill. It says 555 tooth is his telephone number. The dentist came in a shiny black car. He opened up Andrew's mouth, looked inside, and said, Oh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." Well, of course, he should. He's the dentist, right? Has your dentist ever made a house call to your house? Usually you have to go to their office. Oh dear, this would make me a little nervous if my dentist did this. He got a big long rope and tied one end to Andrew's tooth. And Andrew said, "I know what you're going to do. You're going to tie the end of the rope to the door, and then you're going to slam the door." "No," said the dentist. "I'm going to tie it to my car." How would that make you feel? If the dentist tied a rope to your tooth, tied it to his car, his plan is to drive off and yank the tooth out. Do you think it's going to work? someone's sitting next to you, tell them. How's this going to work out for him? You ready? Here we go. He tied the other end of the rope to his car and drove away as fast as he could. When he got to the end of the rope, his whole car fell apart. The dentist stood there holding just the steering wheel. Now look at this. Look at that sight. Look at Andrew laughing. Oh my gosh, that's what his tooth did. Yikes, and it's still in his mouth. I don't think it worked. Then Andrew's mother and his father and the dentist all said, Andrew, that tooth just will not come out. You just can't eat your breakfast. Andrew sat out in the front yard looking very sad. His best friend, Louis, came along and said, Andrew, what's the matter? Oh, said Andrew, my mother can't get this tooth out. My father can't get this tooth out. The dentist can't get this tooth out. And I can't eat my breakfast. Oh, said Louis, I know what to do. Louis has an idea. What do you think his idea is? We've tried hands, we tried pliers, we tried a rope in a car, and none of that worked. What is Louis going to try? Any ideas? All right, let's see if you're right. Louis went to Andrew's house and called the Tooth Fairy on the phone. Who knew you could do that? The Tooth Fairy roared up right away on a large motorcycle. Andrew looked at the Tooth Fairy and said, if you think you're going to use that motorcycle to pull out my tooth, you are nuts. What do you think I am? Said the Tooth Fairy. A dentist? She's like, I know that trick. I know that won't work. Look at that super cool Tooth Fairy. Man, who knew the Tooth Fairy was so awesome? She's got little teeth all over her motorcycle. She's like, don't be silly. I'm not going to use my motorcycle. She pulled Andrew's tooth with one hand, and the tooth did not come out. She pulled Andrew's tooth with two hands, and the tooth did not come out. She got a large hammer off her motorcycle and clanged Andrew's loose tooth. The hammer broke into two pieces. Incredible, said the Tooth Fairy. This is the first tooth I can't pull out. I guess you just can't eat your breakfast. Hold it, said Louis. I have another idea. Now, even the Tooth Fairy is stumped. She's like, I don't know what to tell you, kid. You're just stuck. Louis went into Andrew's house and got a pepper shaker. Then he pushed back Andrew's head, sprinkled pepper up Andrew's nose. Now, if you've ever been in your kitchen when someone's cooking or in Grandma's kitchen or somewhere, and there's pepper in the air and you smell it, what does it often make you do? Does it make you sneeze? So is this Louis's plan? Let's see what happens. After he shook it up Andrew's nose, Andrew went, achoo! And look, there's the tooth. It worked. Look at the Tooth Fairy's face. She's like, yes, another tooth for me. And when he went achoo, he sneezed that tooth all the way across town. Now look, that tooth has shot all the way through. Look, it went through the newspaper, the bush, right over the dog's head. Look at the man, he had to jump up on the pole. It went through the donut, around the trash can. That was an awfully hard sneeze, Andrew. But the Tooth Fairy still got her tooth. Look at her chasing it down with her motorcycle. She's got that net. She's ready to go, isn't she? She sure is silly, but boy, a Tooth Fairy loves to get a new tooth, don't they? And look, what did Andrew and Louis spend the rest of the day doing? Their tummies are big and fat because they ate so many, that's right, so many apples. Now he can eat apples because he doesn't have a loose tooth right now. So the next time that Andrew gets a loose tooth, what do you think he might try first? The pepper seemed like a really good solution, right? Maybe you might try that the next time you have a loose tooth. I hope you enjoyed our story today about Andrew's loose tooth. Find someone in your house that didn't listen to the story and tell them about the things that the grown-ups tried on Andrew's tooth. Gracious, pulling it out with a car? That was a silly dentist, wasn't it? And then tell them what actually worked. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope to see you again next time.